Hello there, boys and girls. We are back with Football Manager content on the channel, and as you saw in the intro, we are going to be at Arsenal from now until just before Christmas. I think that's long enough to get a fair few seasons in, and the aim of the game is to get Arsenal back to where they were, not just last year or the year before, but actually where they were last kind of decade, really, to be fair. Arsenal and Arsene Wenger, first 10 years of the Arsene Wenger era, they were winning championships, they were contesting for Champions Leagues and titles every single year. Last 10 years though haven't been so great. So we're going to get back into that. We're going to make sure Arsenal are back in not just the top 4 teams in England, but also the top 2 teams in Europe as well. So let's get straight into it. We're going to do all the kind of board stuff, and then we're going to get into the new features that SI and Football Manager have been put into place for this year's games, just in case you have missed any kind of build-up for the game before it launched, basically. So welcome to Arsenal. So Stan Kroenke is welcoming me to the team. It's a 1-year contract, £5.6 million for the year, which not too shabby, to be fair, for a year contract. They want me to play possession football, they want me to play attacking football and develop players within the youth system. Now, if you saw Upon This Rock on the channel for FM17, I did play a lot of possession football, kind of 50-60% every single game, and then I did take the attack to the opposition and try and score as many goals as we could. Arsene Wenger, for those Arsenal fans out there that want him out of the club altogether, he's still here. He still is in the club. He is the director of football at Arsenal, so he will be offloading players that I don't want and placed on the unwanted list. But all in all, we're looking good. That is my kind of philosophy down to a T, and I'm looking forward to getting into this Arsenal squad and making it my own. A few players that are out on loan at the minute, people like Lucas Jenkinson, Joel Campbell, not really fussed. They can stay out on loan. I'm not really going to bring anybody back from loan because there's no one really there that would want to integrate into the first team anyway. Injury wise, we've got Santi Cazorla and Jack Wilshere, both on long-term injuries. Cazorla is Achilles tendonitis for about 6 or 7 months he'll be out for, and he's with a physio constantly. And then Jack Wilshere's got a broken lower leg, which he got end of last season in real life. So he's out for another kind of 6 weeks, possibly another kind of couple of weeks after that as well. But we will look into the medical centre. That's part of one of the new features that SI put in, and all the responsibilities at the minute are with me, but I will delegate those out as I see fit. So let's skip the squad. We all know the Arsenal squad. I will ask for a few things at the end of the episode, just to regarding a few players that I think might want to be let go. So let's get straight into the dynamics. So this is the new dynamic screen. So we've got match cohesion, we've got dressing room atmosphere, and we've got managerial support. So those two will come during the experience and when I'm in the team, or when I've been with the team for a lot longer. So they will grow as the time goes on. Top influencers here, so Per Mertesacker and Laurent Koscielny are going to be the key men for us. Let's have a look at the hierarchy at the club. So the pyramid, or the triangle, or the diamond, or whatever you want to call it. This is the hierarchy at the club. So there's me at the top. Team leaders in the squad are Mertesacker, Koscielny and Cazorla. So I'm really missing one of my team leaders because he's going to be out for a very, very long time, Santi Cazorla, which is crazy, really, to be fair. We've got Per Mertesacker and Koscielny, though, so Mertesacker's not really going to be part of the first team as such, so Koscielny's going to have a lot of things on his shoulders. He's really going to be leading this team on his own. The highly influenced players, we've got Theo, we've got Petr Cech, Ramsey, Giroud, Özil, Sanchez, Wilshere, Monreal and Welbeck. Influential players, we've got Mustafi, Xhaka, Coquelin, Lacazette, Debuchy, Chambers, and then other players, Kolasinac, Iwobi and Holding as well. So probably the youngsters and a newbie in regards to Kolasinac. Social group, so a lot of the players are in the top social group. We've got 4 in the secondary social group who have been they're similar age because they're all quite young. Chambers, Holding, Iwobi and Bellerin, and they've got Kolasinac on his own at the minute because he's brand new to the club. But we are hopefully going to bring in some more new faces in this Arsenal squad and really kind of make it our own going forward. Happiness, this is a brand new screen, this happiness screen. It's very, very nice to look at. It's well placed, well put out. and you can see morale and training and everything. You can see morale across the board with training, treatment, club management and playing time. So it's all very, very laid out. So if anybody's morale is low or happiness is low, you can really pinpoint exactly which one of these 5 things it is that is kind of getting them down. So who is not looking great at the minute? So Jack Wilshere is quite poor, but that's probably because he's injured and he's slightly unhappy. A lot of these are, again, slightly unhappy, fairly poor for El Neni because he's already on the transfer list. So we're really going to have to look at this. If over the course of the seasons, if people are really kind of not happy and not really pulling their weight in games, we need to look at this screen and see exactly what's going on with our boys. The next new feature is the medical centre. So this brings together your sports scientists, your physios, your doctors, everybody in one place, which is great to see. As we've already said, the 2 main players that we've got at the minute, Cazorla and Wilshere, are both injured for long term. Let's have a look at the new risk assessment screen as well. So this is a really good screen because it allows you to see who's susceptible to injuries a little bit more. So people like Debuchy, Monreal and Koscielny, all very, very high. Below average, people like Xhaka, El Neni and Özil's very below average for his susceptibility to injuries. Welbeck and Ramsey and Theo, all very, very high. So we need to be looking at this just to see if we're overworking them in training or overworking them with games as well. Especially with us being in the Europa League this season, really going to have to manage the workload throughout the rest of the season. Current injuries I'm not going to bore you with already because Wilshere and Cazorla we already know, and then they're the only ones with regards to injury history. So with it being the very, very first day of turning the game on, not a lot's happened, but we will get there, and over the coming months, weeks and months, you'll see these screens a lot more and actually know what we're talking about when we're looking at them. So as regards to the competitions, we are in 5 competitions this season. We have got the Premier League, and the board expect us to qualify for the Europa Champions League in the league, reach the final in the FA Cup, don't care about the Community Shield or the Carabao Cup, and then reach the final in the Europa League with a squad like Arsenal's. We should do the business in that tournament 100%. The transfer budget, the money that we have to spend, we've got 18.26 million to spend on the wage budget, and we've got 80 million to spend on the transfer budget. So we have a lot of money to spend, and where are we going to use it? What do we need in this squad? If we look at the team report, lacking depth in the left back, but I think Monreal and Kolasinac will be fine. With it at left back. Petr Cech, definitely we need a backup for him because I don't think Ospina's good enough. I actually want to get Ospina out of the club because I don't really rate him. And people have been saying it for years and years and years with Arsenal. They are lacking leadership in the squad. So let's have a look at the squad depth. It's come up with a 4-3-1-2, which is what we played in upon this rock towards the end of the series. So Cech is a 4-star player. Monreal and Kolasinac, I think Kolasinac will get better. He is only 24. Got some great physical stats for him. 3-star current ability, 3-star potential ability, but I think he could get better for us as well. Koscielny and Mustafi are going to be the starting centre backs, and then we've got a lot of youth. Chambers and Holding are going to be the youth players in there, with Mertesacker as a kind of floating 5th centre back. Really, to be fair, Bellerin and Chambers and Debuchy. So we possibly might need a right back as well as a centre back, a good commanding centre half in there with either Koscielny or Mustafi. Have someone rotating in there and get Chambers and Holding rotated in the cup competitions. Really, to be fair, with regards to the midfield, the only thing I would say about the midfield is they're very, very similar in types of players. So Cazorla, Ramsey, Wilshere, all very, very similar. No one really stamping their authority of being that rock in the middle of midfield and taking the games by the scruff of the neck. So a bit like a Vieira or a Petit in previous years, in the real kind of golden age of the Arsene Wenger sides. Özil and Wilshere are going to be maintaining that middle of attacking midfield spot alongside Alex Iwobi as well, because I think he can play in that position. He can play in that position absolutely fine. So a striker or an advanced playmaker. He'll get a lot of game time this season, Alex Iwobi. And then up top, Alexis Sanchez, Lacazette, Giroud, Theo Walcott and Danny Welbeck. They will do very, very well in there. I might have a look at some of the stats and see who we get rid of and who we don't get rid of. The one I am definitely thinking of, and I need your input into this decision really, is what do we do with Alexis Sanchez? In real life, he nearly went on transfer deadline day to people like Man City and PSG. What do we do with him? Do we sell him? Do I see if I can get him onto a new contract and then keep him? At the minute, he's wanted by Man City at the end of the contract, so they've got no interest in signing him. They're going to wait until he runs down his contract and basically snap him up as best they can on a free transfer. So what do I do in that situation with Alexis Sanchez? Put me a comment in the comment section below. Let's see, just show me what you feel we should do with Alexis Sanchez, as well as Mesut Özil as well, because he was teetering on the end of the transfer deadline day in August. Do I keep him? Do I let him go? Do I see how he does in pre-season and kind of make the decision up at the end of the season? So again, comment section below, Özil and Sanchez. What do we do with those two players? Because they bring a lot to the team, but actually 47.5 million for Özil. I think it's the same for about Sanchez. 57 million for Sanchez. So that's over 100 million there. 120 million pounds with two players, and we can really invest that money, as well as the 80 million that the board have given us as well. But what do we do with Özil and Sanchez? Leave me your decisions in the comment section down below. That would be fantastic. But that is it for this introductory episode into this series, into this save. We're going to be running this up until Christmas, as I said. If you have enjoyed it, please do leave it a thumbs up. Shows to me that you're really engaged or really want the series to go ahead. Gives me a lot of kind of support back from you guys. Again, leave me those comments in the comment section below about Sanchez and Özil, and I'll try and get to your messages as quickly as I can and see exactly what we can do with those two players. But that is it for this episode. As I said, like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. And until next time, I'll see you soon.